Sahana vavatu Sahanau bhunaktu Sahaviryam karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu mavid vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. So now we are seeing the disciple expressing the joy, the ecstasy of his experience of the Brahma Tattva. Now we shall chant 491 and 92. Akartaham abhoktaham avikaroham akriyaha Shuddha bodha swarupoham Kevaloham sadashivaha Drashtu shrotul vaktu kartuhu Bhoktur vibhinna evaham Nitya nirantara nishkriya Nissima asanga purna bodhatma. So here he says, I am not the doer, akarta, abhokta, I am not the enjoyer, avikaraha, and in me there are no modifications, akriyaha, I am beyond all activities. So no karma can bind me. I am beyond all activities. Shuddha bodha swarupoham. In fact, I am of the nature of pure knowledge and nothing else. Kevalaha, I alone am. Sadashivaha, the auspicious, the most auspicious principle. And I am not the seer, I am not the hearer, I am not the person who is involved with speech, and I am not the enjoyer in any way. I am distinctly different from this personality, this perceiver, feeler, thinker personality. I am distinctly different. Bhinna evaham. So what is my true nature? Nitya nirantara nishkriya nissima asanga purna bodhatma. So always I am unattached and limitless, and purna bodhatma I am that one full, perfect, that self I am. The true knowledge I am. So this is what the disciple is expressing now, his anubhava, right? Moving on. Nahamidam nahamado api ubhayoravabhasakam param shuddham Bhahyabhyantara shunyam Purnam Brahmadvitiyamevaham Nahamidam nahamadopyubayoho Pyubayoho Avabhasakam param shuddham Bhahyabhyantara shunyam purnam Brahmadvitiyamevaham. See, here he expresses, he says, Nahamidam, I am not this. Naham adaha, I am not that. Abhi upayoho avabhasakam, but I am that which illumines this and that. Param shuddham, I am ever pure. not influenced or contaminated by this or that. Param Shuddham I am. So what is this? What is that? See, in the Tattvamasi Mahavakya, Tvam means you, Tat means that. So here in Aham Brahmasmi, this means what? This personality. Here he is denoting this. This means the body mind as the personality. I am not this. That we can understand. He says, I am not that. The teacher teaches him that you are that. But he says, I am not that. Here Gurudev interprets, Gurudev comments. He says, because of avidya, you identify with the body mind and you say, this I am. This body mind I am. If he says, I am not this, it is understandable. Yes, body mind I am not. Whatever the teacher revealed through Vidya, through the knowledge, you are that, he denies that also. I am not that, meaning, when you form it as a concept in your mind about that, when the teacher teaches you and then he says, that is, like this, like this, like this, and then you form a sort of an idea about it. He says, even not that. In fact, I am the illuminator of both the ideas of this body mind or about that Brahman. See how very significant and how profound it is. See, I told you now. So whenever Swami Tapovanam teaches, he says, you go beyond the words and understand. Why? Because through the words you cannot capture it. But without words you cannot communicate. See, this is the trouble. Through the words it cannot be expressed. But without words, language, how can you communicate? So Gurudev was not understanding. He asked him, why not you directly teach us? Then Swami Tapovanam kept quiet. Next day he asked for some water. Chinmaya, please bring some water. Gurudev was wondering, why should he ask for water in the cold weather? Okay, he took some water. Then he shouted at him, I didn't ask for the tumbler, I asked only for the water. But Maharaj, without tumbler, how can I bring the water? Yes, same. Without words, how can you bring the truth? But will you eat tumbler? You drink the water and leave the tumbler. Similarly, you have to take the essence and leave the words. So therefore, whatever the Guru teaches you, that you should not form a concept or you should not form a sort of an idea about it. That also is not right. That is also false. So we have to realize the essence of what the teaching is by meditating on it. So I am the illuminator of both this and that. This is how Gurudev has interpreted. I am not interpreting of my own. Gurudev in his commentary beautifully has explained this. Bahyabhyantara shunyam purnam. Meaning what? Inside and outside, nothing. Shunyam. What is that? There is nothing. Yesterday I was telling you, Bahya abhyantara shunyam. So inside or outside, there is nothing. Inside there is nothing we know. He says outside also there is nothing. So, but Purnam, he says, immediately, Purnam, full, complete. Ippada Shunyam Sonninga, the next word is Purnam. How to accommodate both? That is how it is. Because we know only about things and beings in the world. So from that standpoint, it is Shunyam. We know only the thoughts and ideas in the mind. Shunyam. But when everything is negated, that which cannot be negated is the Purnam. The pure awareness with which everything is known is Purnam, infinite. Brahma Advitiyam Evaham. That Brahma, which is non-dual, is my true self. He proclaims. So the teacher must be very pleased, na? So he has taught him, and now after contemplation, after meditation, he has got the Anubhava himself, and he is revealing it to the teacher, saying that this is what is my experience, O Guru. And there is nothing whatsoever of the gross in the world outside or the subtle within the mind, there is nothing. There is only that Purnam, Purna Paramatma. That is my own self, which is non-dual. And whatever I have understood as this, all has become false. Whatever I understood as that, also is not. So whatever illumines both this and that, that is the real self. See how profound it is. So here the idea is we should not get caught into any of the concepts. It is beyond all the concepts. Nirupama manaditatvam tvam ahamidam ada iti kalpanadhuram nityanandaikara satyam brahmadvitiyamevaham nirupama manadhitatvam tvam aham idam adha iti kalpana duram nityanandaikara satyam brahmadvitiyamevaham nirupama anaditattvam means upama. Upama means you can compare it to something, but this is nirupamam. You cannot compare this with anything. Upamaname solla mudiyadu. Idu pola irukum. It is like this. It is like that. The closest what you can say is gagana upamam. Space. Gagana means space. Like space. That much only you can tell about this. So that is the closest. But definitely it is beyond. Why? Even the space is nullified, negated in the deep sleep. But this is beyond. You cannot call it as light also, because this light illuminates the darkness also. See, the ordinary light cannot illuminate the darkness. But this light illuminates the darkness also. What sort of light it should be? So it is not what we see actually with our eyes. It is the pure knowledge only. That is why it is called as light. Why? Because it illuminates. The knowledge only makes everything known. See? Therefore, nirupamam, anaditvam, anaditattvam. Anaditattvam means what? Beginningless, ever present. You cannot catch it through time or space. So, anaditattvam. And then, here it is very significant. Tvam, aham, idam, adaha, iti kalpana duram. It is beyond all this imagination of aham, I, tvam, you, idam, this, or adaha, that. So all these things cannot be said about the truth. So it is. So in that, Nina nillayadi kudambai Nina nillayadi. Ningada ninmala nittai palittadu Nina nillayadi kudambai Nina nillayadi. In that supreme, there is no idea of I different from you, or this or that. Because it is beyond all imagination. See, all these ideas are created by the mind only. Because of the body identification and because of seeing something outside. So I say this I am, that I am not. And then with reference to I say you, he, she, it. So all these are created by kalpana, by the imagination of the mind. So when you are abiding in the pure self, which is beyond the thoughts, there all these ideas are not. Kalpana duram. It is far, far away from all these imaginations. So perfect oneness. Nityananda ekarasam. And it is Ananda. Again and again. How many times he has said, na? This Nityananda ekarasam, ekarasam. This is one blissful existence. Brahma Satyam. That is the truth. Why? It cannot be negated. Brahma Advitiyam Evaham, and I am that non-dual. Evaham, that alone I am, not anything else. And then see, he was inspired further, and he has gone somewhere. He is just reveling, and he says, Narayanoham Narakantakoham Purantakoham Purushohamishaha Akanda Bodhoham Ashesha Sakshi Nirishwaroham Niraham Cha Nirmamaha Narayanoham Narakantakoham Purantakoham Purushohamishaha Akanda Bodhoham Asesha Sakshi Nirishwaroham Niraham Cha Nirmamaha. See, he is very inspired. He is one with the self. And then he proclaims. So you and I, in ignorance, identify with the body and mind, cannot think this way. See? He has identified with the self and he is proclaiming this. Narayanoham. I am the Narayana. Narakantakoham. Who is the slayer of Naraka? Narakasura. No? Sri Krishna only slayed Narakasura. That is why we celebrate Deepavali. At least in this part of the world, South India. In North India, Sri Rama and Sita came back to Ayodhya. So that is Deepavali, na? In North India. But here, the demon Naraka was slayed. So, Narakantakoham. Purantakoham. Who is Purantaka? Shiva. The Tripura. He has slayed the Tripuras. All the three Puras. And Purushoham Ishaha. And I am the Purusha, Paramapurusha, Purushottama, Ishaha, and I am the ruler of all. See, how can you say this way? Is it not Ahankara to the core at its peak? No. Here, Gurudev, in his commentary, he interprets each term differently actually. See, this is the beauty of the commentaries, You should not take it, literally. He says, what is Narayana? He says, Nara and Ayana. It should be split as Nara and Ayana. Nara means Brahman only. Ayana means the glory. So, Narayana here in this context, it means, he says, the universe is but his glory. Whose glory? His glory. Etavanasya mahima. So, that Adharam, Adhisthanamayam, whose glory is this universe? See, that is what he is proclaiming now. By the word Narayanoham, what he is saying? I am the substratum, the Brahma Tattvam, and whose glory is this world? Because of this Adhishthanam, you see a world. So, I am that substratum. And Narakantakoham means, Narakam means hell. Because of my awakening to the self, I have now destroyed the hell, which I have created myself. Narakantaka. So the identification with the body and living that way is Narakam. Bhagavan himself has said, what is Deepavali? To kill the Narakasura within. Who is a Narakasura? Who thinks I am the body is a Narakasura. Because when you think I am the body, you will live only in Naraka, hell. See? Atma jnana vihina moodaha te pachyante naraka nigudaha. In Bhajagovindam, Adi Shankara says, one who has not got this Atma jnanam, they are cooked in the hell. Hell means here only. So therefore, Narakantakoham means I have destroyed the Naraka, the hell. I am the destroyer of the Naraka, the hell, which I have created with my own false notion. See, Narakantakoham. Purantakoham means one who has burnt all the Tripuras. Who? Lord Shiva. He has burnt. But here it refers to Tripuras, means all the three states of this consciousness, waking, dream and deep sleep. So I have gone beyond, destroyed, and I am now the Turiyapada. Therefore he says Purantakoham. And Purushoham, of course, it is beyond the spirit. Sorry, it's beyond the matter, it's the spirit. And Purushahaham, Ishaha. Ishaha means the controller. Meaning what? As the self, I am the controller of my senses, mind and everything. So the world is nothing but the projection of the mind. So therefore, I am the Ishaha, the ruler of everything. By being the heart of everything, I am the ruler of all. So Ishaha. Akhanda Bodhaham, I am that knowledge which has no beginning or end, infinite, in which there is no experiencer or experienced. Akhanda Bodhaham, Ashesha Sakshi, and I am the witness of all. I witness everything, whatever comes and goes. I am just the witness. Meaning, I am not involved in anything. I am not influenced by anything. Ashesha Sakshi. Nothing goes without my notice. I am the illuminator of all. Ashesha Sakshi. Nirishwarahaham. Arre, what has happened suddenly? He says, I have become Nirishwaravadi. Not Nirishwaravadi. Nirishwarahaham. There is nothing above me called as a Ishvara. What is this? What has happened? As the self, there is nothing other than me. So you cannot attribute a higher power than the self. That is what it means. In self, there is nothing else other than the self. Even the idea of Ishvara is all because of the Upadhi. That's what we have seen, na? Tattvamasi Mahavakya Upadesha. So when the Upadhis are removed, only the true self remains. In that there is nothing else. So Nirishwarahaham. Meaning there is no Ishvara higher than me. Meaning he is one with the self. He is expressing as the pure self. Niraham cha nirmamaha. See, this is very significant. See, because we may think something else. So that is why here Shankara has kept these two words. Niraham. Meaning I am beyond this sense of egoism. I. Niraham. Nirmamaha. And there is nothing called as it is mine. So no I, no mine. So aham mamaha. Nir aham nirmamaha. I have no idea of this I or mine. So only when you are there you can proclaim this way. When you have the idea of I, that is ego self, ego sense, and then you say Narayanoham, Narakantakoham, then we become what? Hiranyagashibu. And Narasimha has to come out. But for us, Narasimha will not waste his time. Hiranyagashipu was very powerful, very nasty. For us, little bit, he will send some of his ghanas, enough for us. So, no, with the ego sense, we are not supposed to say Narayanoham, Narakantakoham, etc. Only when identify with the self, then this Mahatma will not even proclaim this way. See, it is all dramatic, See, it's all revealed in a very dramatic way. We have to take it that way. Suddenly you imagine Bhagavan saying Narayanoham, Narakantakoham. Very strange it is. They may not say all those things. As far as I know, the great Mahatmas, they don't express in any way like this, I am the God or I am Ishvaraha. I have no God other than me, higher than me. But it is all expressed in a very dramatic way. See, that is what is truth actually. That is why it is expressed this way. But as a seeker, we should not get deluded. Already we are deluded sufficiently. So we should not add to our delusion. So, Narayanoham, Narakantahom. So, like that, if you contemplate and start thinking that you are Narayana with 4 hands, Shankha Chakra. Where is Mahalakshmi? Please bring her here. I don't know. People really act that way, you know. Even during Krishna's time, there was one fellow who was imitating Krishna and acting like Krishna and telling everybody, I am real Krishna. Can you imagine this? It comes in Bhagavatam. During Krishna's time, one fellow was saying, no, he is not the real Krishna. I am the real Krishna. What is his name? Pandarika Vasudeva. And he was slayed by Krishna. So the thing is, even that time it has happened. You know, very strange things happen, you know. So, body double sort of thing he was. He was claiming, I am the true Krishna. So like that, if you start saying, I am Narayana now. No, sorry. Then you should not be here. You should go to where? To the ocean. We will push you into the ocean. Because your place is there. Go. Don't come here. Sarveshu bhuteshu ahameva samstitaha. Jnanatmanantar bahirashrayassan. Bhokta cha bhogyam swayameva sarvam. Yadyat pradagdhrishtam idantataya pura. Drishtam idantaya pura. Sarveshu bhuteshu mahameva samstitaha. Jnanatmanantar bahirashrayassan. Bhokta cha bhogyam swayameva sarvam. Yadyad pradagdhrishtam idantaya pura. Sarveshu bhuteshu ahameva samstitaha. I alone am living in the hearts of all the beings. See? Sarveshu bhuteshu, meaning in all the beings. Ahameva samstitaha. I alone am residing in the heart as the self. See? Kshetrajnam chapimam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. In all the kshetra, kshetra means the field. What is the field? The body mind is a field. And kshetrajnan means what? Who knows? Who is expressing as the knower from the body mind. So we all think there is independent knowers in each body mind. But Krishna proclaims in Gita chapter 13, the second verse, he says, Kshetrajnam chapimam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. Whatever is expressing as the knower from all the kshetras is me alone. See, this is the revelation actually. Nowhere it is said. In any other scripture, any other religion, you go and ask, nowhere this idea is there. See, this is very unique. This is in fact a great breakthrough actually. See, we don't realize, we take things for granted, you know. Since it is repeated again and again, we take it for granted. But this idea that the self is one, which is expressing as the knower from all the kshetra, all the body minds, is something, you know, out of the world. You can't even imagine this. And which is the substratum of all, including the whole universe, everything. It is substratum of all. So therefore, sarveshu bhuteshu ahameva samstitaha. Why? Because everything exists. And they can't exist independently without the light of consciousness illuminating it. So they don't have a separate existence. They don't have separate illumination of their own. So That is the truth, in that it exists. And by the truth, it is illumined. So it is not other than the truth. It is truth alone. From the mud part has come. The mud part though appears different, but it cannot be anything other than the mud. See, this is the idea. So ahameshu ahameva samsitaha jnanatmana, as the true knowledge, as the self, which is of the nature of the knowledge, I alone exist. Antar bahihi ashrayaha san, meaning I am the one support of all things from inside and outside. From inside and outside. See how beautiful. I alone support everything. Without me, nothing is. Therefore, I am the sole support of the whole universe. I am talking about you. So, you are the support of the whole universe. Not only this body mind, the whole universe. In the deep sleep, when the aham is not, there is no idam. That aham also is nothing but the self only. So therefore, as the self, you are the support of everything. Antar bahi ashrayaha san. And then, bhokta cha bhogyam swayameva sarvam. I am the enjoyer, the bhokta, and I am the enjoyed. See? See, this is very significant. I am not only the experiencer, I am also the experienced. We think experienced is something else, and I am the experiencer. This is our status now, right? He says, I am not only the, see, either you say, I am not the experiencer, or I am not the experienced. I am the self, you say. Or you say, yes, I am the experiencer and the experienced. எப்படி சுவாமிஜி இதெல்லாம் பாசிபிள்னு கேட்டால், because self alone is everything. Whatever appears in the consciousness is not other than the consciousness. Because there is nothing other than the consciousness. How can anything else appear? Only the rope is appearing as a snake. Whenever you see the snake, you are seeing only the rope. Snake was never. So, here says, Bhogyam Swayameva Sarvam. I am everything. Yadyat Prutak Drishtam Idantaya Pura. Whatever I have seen Pura, before. Pura means before, as not self. Idam. That means as not self also is me only. Is a self only. See here. Now, when we are deluded, what is the sadhana? All these are not self. Not self, not self. Don't get identified with this. This is nonsense. This is jadamakum, aduvakum, perishing, it perishable. And you are the self. You withdraw, vairagyameva abhayam. And you are the self, auspicious. This, that, illa kadai vittu. Now he says, suddenly, whatever I rejected as not self also is me only, self only. Because you were deluded. You were identifying with one part. So you have developed a part here. Identifying with one part, you have developed a part in the Madhya Pradesh. Now you have to give up your identifying with this part. That is a trouble. So we say you are not this, you are not that and all. Once you identify with the mud, the essence of the mud part, then all the mud part, whichever you have rejected now, including this mud part, is you only. So the body is self only, the mind is self only, everything is self, the world is self only. Apart from self, there is nothing. So you rejected everything, saying nothing is the self. Now at the end you say, everything is the self. Iti. Everything is the self. See, there is some fault in our vision. See, When you go to the doctor with cataract, what he says, there is a sort of a layer veiling your vision. With the laser treatment, you just remove it. That's all. Your vision is restored. Like that, there was some fault in our vision. That through contemplation, we can just remove it a little bit. And there you are. Everything is all right now. You have regained your vision. What is the vision? The vision is everything is one. See, that is a small booklet, All is One. Bhagavan highly recommends that book. It is in Ramanashrama. Written by somebody else actually, not Bhagavan, but he recommends it. All is One. The book's name is All is One. So the idea is what? When you little bit change your vision or correct your vision, not change even, correct your vision, then there is nothing other than the self. So Muzhuvadum Unmai. Everything is truth. But Yamariyom. There is the catch. You cannot know it in the sense what? The I, when it comes out to know it, then it is gone. So I should remain merged in the self, then everything is the truth. So now also, I is not. It is imagined that there is an I. Even now, when we are living as a fools, there is no I actually. We think there is an I, we think there is a word, we think things are wonderful, we think and we get attached, and then we think we are suffering or enjoying. Everything is our mind's creation. Even now, with responsibility I am telling you, there is no I. I is a myth. This is the biggest bluff. In the scheme of things, the biggest bluff is this I. I means myself. Myself is the biggest bluff. Once one devotee, he got so annoyed with me for some reason. I don't know. I don't remember now. And then he commented to the another devotee, this, brahmachari is a humbug. I don't know what is humbug. False, something like that. Humbug. Pretending or whatever. Humbug. And that devotee came and reported to me ரொம்ப religiously. See, that person, he is calling you a humbug. I said, yes, he is right only. I am humbug only. Definitely I am a humbug. He has found out. Oh, wonderful. He is a jnani. Why? This ego is a bluff. It is not the truth. However it is expressing, it is false only. Even if I am act as a saint, it's all humbug. Why it is humbug? It was never ever present. Like a ghost vision, it was never ever. Just we think I am, and just we think there is world. And then we say God, and then we fight for God. My God. How much we fight in the name of God. Your God, my God. See, all this is very childish. The talk about my God, your God, and my religion, that alone can save you. All this is very cheap and childish. Sick and tired of all those things, How long you will go on talk like this? My God, my God is superior, Narayana, and your Shiva is useless. Amba is everything, she is all powerful. Blah, 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 blah. Nonsense, all this is nonsense. If there is different God, then you don't understand anything about God. Both gods will die. If I have my God and if you have your God, if you say your God is different, my God is different, both the gods will perish. Either this choice you can take or the other choice is you accept both the gods are only one. So both will survive. What do you want? Whether you want both the gods to survive or the both gods to die. No, I want both the gods to die. Why? Our God record. His God should not remain. Even my God, if he goes, I don't mind. His God should not remain. Like that. What talk nonsense all this is. So yadyat pritak drishtam idantaya. Whatever I have seen idantaya, as this or that, pura, before realization, now I realize it is all the self only. So not only the enjoyer, even the enjoyed is self only. So I am not only the eater of laddu, I am laddu myself. Huh? Wait. I am laddu myself. See, in a very vyavaharic sense, if you take, it will be very funny. It should not be taken in the vyavaharic sense. Advaita Parama, in the Paramarthikama, if you see, that is the truth. How can I eat myself? Don't imagine that way. You eat laddu and be happy. Okay. Only thing is, there is no Dvaita in here. Everything is one. So therefore, whatever I thought as not self, now I realize it is self only. But then why all this halla gulla saying not self, not self, not self? Because we have been attached to only one particular thing. We are not seeing the whole picture. This is the problem. See, suppose in the screen, a scene is projected, right? There comes the hero, the heroine, and the villain. Everybody comes. Suppose you only identify with the hero. One person in that whole cinema, in that one scene. And then whatever happens to the hero, you are affected. Ayo, dushum, dushum, dushum. He gets hit and you feel very bad. Ayo, ayo, ayo. And when somebody is kidnapping the heroine, you feel, ayo, heroine is taken away. See? And you react so much. And I know a lot of ammas, senior ammas, elderly ammas, they watch serial. For a day, 7-8 serials they watch. I don't remember how they keep everything in track. Tani file vechirupanga. They keep different files in their minds. And one amma was one day even cursing that fellow. In that serial, there was a villain. Pandala nasma pono. Enna ipdi seirano. I was telling that amma, the director has asked him to do that way. He is acting. What is your problem? No, Swamiji, still it is very unfair, you know. He should not do this to this girl. What can you say now? She has identified totally with that girl, Pao. Because she must have gone through something in her younger days. So, if I identify with one of the characters there in the movie, you get so disturbed. Is that not so? But if you identify with the screen, nothing. When you identify with the screen, nothing, you are not reacting to anything. You have to react with everything. Then you are alive and kicking. Is that not so? A screen or identify. All you people are weird, you know, Swamiji. Okay, suffer. So, when we identify with one particular character in the scene, then they say screen, screen, screen. Once when you identify with the screen, all the characters in the screen are the screen only. Other than the screen. I alone am the hero. I alone am the heroine. I alone am the villain. Then there is nothing happening. See, if I alone am the villain, I alone am the hero, heroine, then what is happening here? Nothing. Is that not so? A drama. See, it's a mono, what they say? Mono acting. Mono acting. So he plays all the character. So therefore, if I think I am different, the hero, the heroine is different, the villain is different, then there is real everything. When I am alone, I am everything, then there is no story. Is that not so? So therefore, to shift the attention from one character to the substratum of all the characters, that is the screen, it is a not this, not this. Then the heroine I am, heroine is I am. No, you are not the heroine. The villain I am, you are not the villain. Then that comedian I am, no, you are not the comedian. What is this? What am I then? So the Adharam in which all these fellows are projected is you. Oh, okay. So you go to the dream now. So then in the dream, your own mind is everything. I alone have become the Bhokta and the Bhogyam. Imagine. The enjoyer and the enjoyed is what? Me only. Means mind only, na? So me only has become the experience in the dream and experienced also. So whatever lion which has pounced on me also is me only. So there is nothing in the dream other than the dreamer's mind or the dreamer when he wakes up. So similarly, when you wake up to the highest, everything is you, nothing other than you. In fact, you alone remain. So this is beautifully brought out in this shloka. So I alone am in the hearts of all beings. In fact, I am the experiencer and the experienced, both I am. Whatever I thought as not self, now I realize it is also the self only. Idantaya. Idantaya means as this or that. Whatever I thought as this or that, as the world, is also now the self only. So this is the highest realization. Absolutely there is no Bhedam. See, one thing if you want to know about the self, where neha nanasti kinchana, no differences whatsoever. Absolutely there is no diversity. Nowadays, the management, they talk about inclusiveness, diversity. So in the team, you should have a black, you should have an Asian, you should have a white, you should have a lady, you should have a gent, and you should have in between also, you should have somebody LGBT plus, I don't know what, all those things. Then it is diversity. You're inclusive. Otherwise, you know what? You are very racist. Now in US, only East racist, the feminist, thatist, thisist, sexist. So here is the self. It is not all inclusive. It is all. It is not all inclusive. It is all. So that self I am, that is his experience now. He is revealing it. And the next verse, I suppose, I should not say this, but I am telling you, shamelessly Shankara has stolen from Ashtavakra, I suppose. Ashtavakra Gita, same words, almost the same, maybe one or two words here and there different, but beautiful concept. See, they are all one only, na? So there is no plagiarism. 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 Okay. Whatever ism it is. So here now in this world is a big issue, but it's a big issue only. You cannot copy anybody's work. But here, these Mahatmas, because they are so inspired, they take out literally. See, similarly, Bhagavan Shri Krishna has taken out from Kathopanishad one or two verses. Ditto, word by word. Ajo nitya shashvatoyam puranaha. Like that. So here, see. Maya kanda sukham bodau. Bahuda vishva vichayaha. Utpadhyante viliyante Maya maruta vibhramat Maya kanda maha anga maham bodam solluvaanga Maya kanda sukam bodau Bahuda vishva vichayaha Utpadhyante viliyante Maya maruta vibhramat. See, what a beautiful picturization. Mai akanda sukham bodau. Mayi in me. Akanda sukham bodau. Infinite ocean of bliss. Akanda sukha ambodau. Ambodam means ocean. Sukham bodau. In me, the infinite ocean of bliss. Bahuda vishva vichayaha. Very many worlds, they rise. Vichayaha means as waves. Utpadyante, they rise, and then viliyante, and then they subside. Meaning in me, the infinite ocean of bliss or the knowledge, in me, Bahuda, very many, Vishwa, the worlds, Vichayaha, like waves, Utpadyante, they rise and they remain, dance for some time, and then they go back. And how it is done? Maya Maruta Vibhramat. So why the waves are formed? Because of the storm or the wind. So what is the wind here? Maya. Maya Maruta Vibhramat. Because of this Maya, the breeze or the wind of Maya, in me, different waves of worlds are created every moment and destroyed also. Ah, what a beautiful idea. So it is not happening elsewhere. It is happening in the Adharam of my own self. Everything rises, dances for some time. Everything goes back. I remain. Why? Maya Maruta Vibhramat. Whatever the divine power called as Maya, because of that, as if Brahmat during delusion, because of delusion only. See, அது விடவே மாட்டார் ஆதி சங்கரர். அந்த பிரமாத்துங்கிற வார்த்தையை, கல்பனாங்கிற வார்த்தையை விடவே மாட்டார். He will not leave it alone. Brahmat, Vibhramat, this world rises in me, then goes back in me. So, please always remember this as a takeaway from this Vivekachudamani. Our traditional, normal thinking is, we are born in the world and live for some time, and then we go away, we die away, and the world remains. This is our idea about the world, about ourselves. But what the scriptures say, the world rises in me, dances for some time, and goes back, but I remain. What a change of vision, see? Topsy-turvy. Talakila pochella. Upside down everything has become. So, Mai Ananta Maham Bodhavu. In me, the infinite, Sukham Bodhavu here. Oru vaarthai maathirkar. Sukham Bodhavu. The infinite ocean of bliss rises different worlds. Because of Maya Maruta Vibhramat. Because of the winds of Maya. And then Utpadyante Viliyante. They rise and then they fall. In me alone. Mayeva Sakalam Jhatam. Mayi Sarvam Pratishtitam. Mayi Sarvam Layam Yati. Tat Brahma Advayam Asmi Aham. From the Kaivalya Upanishads. It is from Kaivalya Upanishads. See, this Kaivalya Upanishad is very crisp, very straight. I always appreciate this Kaivalya Upanishad. Among the Upanishad, my favorite is Kaivalya Upanishad only. And then Katha Upanishad, of course, is so beautiful, very beautiful Katha Upanishad. But this Kaivalya Upanishad, like Shankara's, very straight. There is no this and that, other things there. Straight. Mandukya is very simple, means only 12 actually mantras there. Karika is really big. Mandukya is very deep. Very deep means very profound, but the Karika is very long or very difficult to understand. Mandukya Upanishad as such has got only 12 mantras and it talks about Om. All aspects of Om, A, Uma, the three different states. It's very profound, very deep. But this Kaivalya has got a different flavor actually. And you know what it is said? For the sannyasis, every day we have to study, we have to read Kaivalya Upanishad, it seems. At chant, I mean. Memorize and chant. Because all the ideas are there. This Kaivalya Upanishad. We have taken several times in English, in Tamil, we have taken Kaivalya Upanishad. It's very interesting actually. So here, it is very beautifully said. Everything rises in me. If this we can see with our own experience, then you are there. Where? In your own self. Now we see everything happening outside. Vishwam darpana drishyamana nagari Tulyam nijantargatam pashyannatmani mayaya bahirivot bhutam yata nidraya, like in the dream. Yes sakshat kurute prabodha samaye swatmanamevadvayam tasmai shri guru murtaye namayidam shri dakshina murtaye. See, when it is shared with you, you have to contemplate, otherwise there is no use. This one shloka, Vishwam Darpana, in Tamil version, Bhagavan's version, Ulahu Kannadi Urner, I would have chanted and thought about it 1,000 times. This one verse, I am so obsessed with this verse. Because when I was young, very young, our Swamiji, he asked me one simple question. Where is this world, inside or outside, he asked. I was not knowing anything. What is this question? Very weird question. The world is here. Yes. He is a Kannadiga. He talks Tamil in a very funny way. The உலகம் உள்ள இருக்கா வெளில இருக்கா? He asked. Whether this world is inside or outside, he asked. I was wondering what he was asking. And then when we were taught in the ashrama, then we got something. But when you contemplate on it very deeply, then you get everything. Only you have, when through contemplation you get insights. Illati, it comes here and goes out. And nothing remains in your head. So here it is said, everything is happening only in the self, as though happening, but nothing happening. So when you are away from the self, as though happening. When you are one with the self, nothing happening. So this is the difference. Which frame of reference you are. In the frame of reference of away from, you cannot be away from yourself, but as if, away from yourself, in the body mind, then everything is happening. You are one with the self. It's a different frame of reference. There nothing is happening. So this you yourself can realize. It can be your own experience that nothing is happening. Though everything is happening, nothing is happening. See, this is a mystery, no? See, that is why Ramakrishna revealed a very beautiful thing. He said Brahman is not only static, it is dynamic. See, these hints, it goes a long way. What does it mean? It is not only static, it is dynamic. See, we think Brahman means something, abbe onnume illanu. Ellame Brahman da. Everything is Brahman. All movement is Brahman. Everything is Brahman. Coming is Brahman, going is Brahman. Everything is Brahman. We think nothing is Brahman. Yes, nothing is Brahman. At the same time, everything is Brahman. But now you say nothing is Brahman, you say everything is Brahman. So that is why.
Is completely oxymorons.
Oxymorons, yeah, you are right. Because it is very, very mysterious. Because we are trying to find out that which is beyond the ego sense, with the ego. Which is beyond the mind, through the mind. That is why, that is itself an oxymoron. That is itself a contradiction actually. See, then they have to express this way only. Okay, see, this is a very significant verse, 496. So that is a very significant verse. We will move on to 497. 497 we have finished. 498. Stuladi bhava mai kalpita bhramat adha aropitanusfuranena lokaihi Kale yata kalpakavatsarayana Ruturadayo nishkala nirvikalpe. See, this is a right translation, right splitting up. Rutu ne padinga. Ruturadayo nishkala nirvikalpe. Nishkala nirvikalpe. Stuladi bhava mai kalpita bhramat आरोपितानुस्फुरनेन लोकैः काले यथा कल्पकवत्सरायण रुद्रादयो निष्कलनिर्विकल्पे See what he says, Stuladi bhava, whatever I was perceiving as gross and subtle, adi means etc. Stuladi bhava, my kalpana brahmat, it is my own delusion, it is my own imagination. See, when he realizes the self, he says the matter, vestures, whatever he has perceived before is only an imagination. That is only consciousness. See now how it appears? Purusha and Prakriti. Adavadu, the spirit playing through the matter. Let us say that way. But then, when it is realized, where has the world gone? I was seeing it even now. Who has taken it away? Meaning, the gross and subtle has been gone, taken away. And there is only consciousness, means there is only that self, the pure knowledge. How? You go and see how. Stuladi bhavaha. All this, mai kalpita brahmat. Then I realized, all these days we have been only imagining about a gross and subtle world. There is nothing called as gross world or subtle world. There is only knowledge. There is only knowledge. There is nothing called as gross world or subtle world. Everything comes in the consciousness as only the knowledge. And the consciousness is nothing but pure knowledge. So all these days we have been imagining about a gross world and subtle world. Gross world means in the outside world we think is gross. Inside the thoughts, the ideas, mind, that we call a subtle world. So it's all kalpita brahmat. It's all our own imagination. Aropita anusfuranena lokaihi. Because it is superimposed, people take it to be so real and they think it is there. The gross and the subtle. Because of my own imagination, I have only superimposed, like the snake vision on the rope. It's only superimposed. It was not there. Aropita. Aropita means it's only super. Anusfuranena lokaihi. And accordingly, people think there has been the gross and the subtle world. But when you abide in the self, who has taken away the world? Even now it was here. That is the exclamation. Asharivat pashyati. So all the gross and subtle has gone. And then he gives an example for that. Kale yata, like time. Why is he saying like time? Time is a whole. You cannot break it. And we do it. Kalpaka, one cycle we say, na? Means the 4 yugas, or the, not 4, 4 yugas they say one kalpa. After that, dissolution, pralaya. So, we say time as one kalpa, kalpakoti, we say, na? So, kalpa, vatsara, year. Where is the year? See, the very time, the idea of time is in the mind. And further you divide it. Oh, January 1st, Happy New Year. What is Happy New Year? We don't know what is Happy New Year. And Happy Birthday. Adu innoru bayangaramana oru vedikkai. What has happened suddenly? The same morning, sun is rising, birds are chirping, everything is happening. Suddenly what happened? Happy New Year. Inneki, when you do something, every day you will do the same thing. So start doing something good. And our people, in Jaffna, in Colombo, New Year, only they go to the temple. Why? First day if you go to the temple, every day you will go to the temple. What is this first day? Who told you it is a first day? Who told you it is a day? Okay, that's who told you it is the first day? Summa all those things, See, it is all I tell you. Christmas, New Year, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, it's all business, commerce. It is nothing but commerce. Okay, see, wishing is okay, it's okay, tolanju ponga. But giving gift, and you have to take me to that party or to that club, this, that. Otherwise, you don't show me any love. Valentine's Day means you have to take somewhere. Otherwise, there is no love. Yes, actually, there is no love. But I have to act. What can I do? Okay, I will take you. Then Father's Day, Mother's Day, Brother's Day, Sister's Day. I don't know how many days. 365 days, someday only. Who has broken this like this? It cannot be broken. The time cannot be broken. But Ayana. Ayana means what? Uttarayana, Dakshinayana. So all this Ayana. Ritu, seasons. See, it's all apparent. Yes, it changes. But time cannot be divided into anything. Out of our own delusion, we are dividing time. And also hours. All those things. See, in Vyavahara it is all fine. But if you think deeply, it has got no meaning actually. And you hype it so much, then you get very angry and agitated, See, people hype it too much. See, say, okay, it's a new year, something like that, calendar year or financial year, whatever it is. And you hype it so much. As if something has happened. Oh, joy, peace, joy. What is there happened? Nothing. The same useless fellow with same vasanas, same desires, same likes and dislikes, same mess. What has happened suddenly? Nothing has happened. The fellow with same mess. Chumma, a false image we create. And then you say, ha, ha, ho, ho. And spend lot of money, waste lot of money. And borrow, steal, and you celebrate. See, the middle class people, the middle class, the head of the family, he wonders, Krishna, why did you kill this Narakasura? Every year I have to spend lakhs of rupees. Deepavali, you have to buy dress for everybody, sweets, and then crackers. நீ அவரை கொல்லாமே விட்டுக்கலாமே, நாங்களாவது பொழைச்சிருப்போம். Why did you kill this Narakasura? It has come on us. Middle class பாவங்கள், they have to borrow money to celebrate. Daily wages, some people are, daily wages. So where will they go for money? When everybody is putting crackers, the child will want. பாவம் தானே. So you have to provide. So அதுக்கு பேசாமல் நரகாசுரன் கொல்லாமே இருந்துக்கலாம். Krishna could have stayed without killing this Narakasura. At least he would have been saved. We hype it up. Oh, Deepavali, what happened? Nothing happened. என்னைக்கோ ஒன்றா யாரையோ கொன்னாங்களாம். Oh, Deepavali, dadal, crackers. And one fellow, they will say, oh, these fellows are, trying to disturb our religion. You have to put crackers. Then other fellows, don't put crackers. The debate goes on. And we don't know why are we putting crackers.
In case of respiratory illness for next 1 month, it is a fact.
Yeah, true. And too much of noise nowadays. See, those days there were crackers. Now, my God, this decibel level has gone extremely high. It has to be checked actually. See, that is not celebration, that is madness.
It's consumerism.
Everything is consumerism only because they want to promote and earn money. Okay, 499th words. So therefore, here it is said, Rutu Adayaha, in what? Nishkala Nirvikalpe. Nishkala means there are no parts in time. Nirvikalpe means it is actually, see, this actually is attribute is for the self also. Nishkala Nirvikalpe. In that self, which is Nishkala, without parts, and Nirvikalpe, without any thoughts and ideas, we imagine the world, the Stula and Sukshma. Like in the time, we break it into all these Ayana, this Samvatsara, etc., etc. So it is all imagination only. It is not the actual truth. आरोपितं नाश्रयदूषकं भवेत् Kadapi mudhair ati dosha dushitaihi Nardri karotyusha bhumi bhagam Karotyushara bhumi bhagam Marichikavari mahapravaha Aropitam nashraya dushakam bhave Kadhapi mudhair ati dosha dushitaihi Nardri karotyushara bhumi bhagam Marichikavari mahapravaha See, aropitam na ashraya dushakam bhavet. Howsoever you try the superimposition, the superimposed things cannot sully the substratum. Why? The superimposed is not. How can it sully the substratum? Sully or meaning what? It can taint. The snake is not. So it cannot taint the rope. So the rope cannot become poisonous at any point of time. Why? Because of the snake, the rope also has become very poisonous. No. Why? Aropita means what? That which is superimposed. Na ashrayam dushakam bhavet. Ashrayam means the substratum. Na dushakam bhavet. It cannot in any way sully the substratum or taint the substratum. Kadapi mudaihi ati dosha dushitaihi. Howsoever this mudaihi, these idiots, these fools, they try to sort of, say that yes, the substratum also is, now gone, useless. It is not. It cannot. The blood from the mouth of the ghost cannot taint the post. Why? Because there is no ghost. As simple as that. So howsoever you imagine, the superimposed thing cannot influence or taint the adharam, the ashraya, the adhishtanam. And he gives an example. Marichika vari mahapravaha. Sometimes you see the water flowing in the mirage, as if water. But na adrika, what is that? Ushara bhumi bhagam. Meaning what? Never ever the desert sand can become wet. Bhumi bhagam. That desert sand can never become wet because of the mirage water. Howsoever you may see the mirage water to be real, but never ever the mirage water can wet the desert sand. Is that not so? So therefore the self in no way tainted by the world or by the vasanas. We imagine it is as if tainted, but not. So therefore we are always Nitya Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta. Please hold on to this thought. Don't ever think you are the jiva, miserable, papi. No. Then it is all because of identification. When you take that standpoint, then it is ignorance. Then you cannot come out of it. By drowning in ignorance, how can you come out of the ignorance? See, the very first step itself is a false step. So identify with that true self, Nitya Shuddha, never tainted by anything. Nitya Mukta, Nitya Buddha, always awakened and always liberated. That is myself. So this standpoint if you take, it is not influenced or tainted by anything. I am Achyutaha. I cannot fall. Why? There is nothing in me which can make me fall. I am without any modification. Nirvikaraha. So therefore, howsoever you may see the water to be real, that cannot, the mirage water, that cannot sully the desert sand. So this is a beautiful example given. So the aropita, the superimposed, cannot in any way taint or sully the ashraya, the substratum. And you are the substratum. Do not forget that. Ushara Bhumi Bhagam. Ushara Bhumi Bhagam, correct. Ushara Bhumi Bhagam means deserts. Na, see, this is has to be split like this. Na Adri Karoti Ushara Bhumi Bhagam. Adri Karoti means it can never wet. Ushara Bhumi Bhagam means the desert sand. Ushara Bhumi means desert. Na Adri Karoti means it can never wet or sully the desert sand. Which one? The mirage water. Mahapravaha, you may see as waves, the water. Mahapravaha also you may see, but it is all misleading. It can never wet the desert sand. Om Purnamadha Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. See, I have got one or two announcements for you.